Director Zack Snyder, ahead of the release of Rebel Moon, is of course answering questions regarding the DC universe and what the future holds. And when he was asked about a potential return and the film he could do, and what would he love to do for James Gunn's DCU, he answered with Batman. So again, this comes at us directly from Zack Snyder, who recently talked about the fact that there's been all sorts of talks in regards to what the future holds for him, what the future holds for DC, and what's going on. Now, in the last couple months, we've heard numerous reports about the direction that they could have gone in with the DCEU, and specifically how Ben Affleck eventually wanted to get to that whole Dark Knight Returns type scenario. Well, Zack Snyder said the same thing. He says if he was to come back and be offered a project, the one he wants to do is a sequel to his version of Batman that would be like The Dark Knight Returns. And he says that there's still a lot of that story, despite using imagery from it, to go around. And he believes that this would be his ultimate and, well, dream project that he could work on. Now look, it's no secret that Zack Snyder was heavily inspired in everything in the DCEU by this one comic. Whether it fit the character or not, its aesthetics, the overall story, it didn't matter. He loved it. We kind of could have suspected this answer, but that is his answer. And realistically, the chances of making this, 0, I would say. Okay, maybe 1% or less than 1%. There's always a chance something could happen. I mean, CM Punk crawled back to WWE, so you never know, right? You never know. But it's one of these scenarios where obviously he would love to do that story that influenced so much of what he loves about these characters. And obviously, I don't think that there's room for him in the current DCU, but the way he says it, that's my story. So who knows? And that's what he wants to make. I mean, maybe down the road you could do an Elseworld tale, or who knows how far along they get with Batman, and maybe at some point it's 15, 20 years from now, and the new Batman is getting ready to retire, and they're like, hey, Zach, want to direct that one film you wanted? It could work, but chances of it happening, oof, that's a rough one.